Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Today, I want to show you my physical media collection. It's 2026. Why would somebody still have VHS tapes and DVDs and Blu-rays here in 2026? Because digital media kind of sucks, let's be honest. I don't pay for streaming anymore. You know, when Netflix first came out, we were one of the early adopters of that technology. We had one of the first Roku boxes out there because satellite went away. We had C-band at the time. And so we were able to get all kinds of cool stuff on Netflix. And it was like $6. And we got DVDs to boot. That is gone, man. Everything now is such a ripoff. Paramount and Peacock and Hulu and Disney and all these things. We don't get any of that. The only streaming services I pay for is YouTube Premiums because I can't stand the commercials. And I also love to watch oh gosh, what's the name of that? Tubi. I love Tubi. A lot of like B movies, B crummy movies and stuff like that. Beyond that, and Pub to Hub is another one from the old days on Roku. And beyond that, it's this. So let me take the camera closer in. I'm not going to go through all my movies and stuff, but I'll just show you some of what I have collected over the years and how and why you might be wanting to do the same. A videotape, an old VHS videotape is now like $1. DVDs are oftentimes $1. I mean, it's a really good thing. Once you have it, you own it for life, man. It's not a bad way of collecting media. It doesn't take up a ton of room, and it kind of looks cool, to be honest with you. Let me get the camera closer, and I'll show you what I got. All right, I don't have these in any particular order, really, in the sort of genre. Oh, if you don't know this about me, I used to work at a video store when I was in my teens, so this also has a bit of pride for me. So up on top here, we have our DVDs and Blu-rays to this point of like horror movies, stuff like Friday the 13th, stuff like that. A lot of Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Dead, those genre of movies. As a teenager, I loved that stuff, and in my 20s as well. Now it's kind of nostalgia. We crack these out here at Halloween, and we'll play a bunch of that. From here over, it's the Three Stooges, man. If you're not a fan of the Three Stooges, it's probably because you grew up in an era where they weren't being played every Sunday on TV. I was lucky enough to grow up in that era. Sunday morning and Sunday afternoons, you'd catch a couple of reruns of the Three Stooges, maybe some Abbott Costello movies to boot, and you were in business. So I do love to have my Three Stooges. I've got the full collection of all their shorts and then all their movies as well, plus a documentary series that I picked up. Actually, my wife got it for me for Christmas one year, so that's kind of cool. Down below, science fiction from here, Star Wars and Star Trek, and then we get into kind of fantasy, and then the classics, the horror classics here. If you're not into universal horror, you're missing out. The old black and white horror movies have a certain ambiance about them that just can't be reproduced in the modern era, and so I do have a bunch of those. A lot of these things, I would say, about 80% of what you're seeing here was $1 or less. We did get these things at Goodwills and whatnot, but some of the stuff was presents or gifts over the years. Okay, so below that, we get into some of our VHS tapes, and I got these through a variety of ways. A lot of times, 25 cents, 50 cents, $1 for VHS these days. My original collection, which I had over 200 movies, gone, unfortunately. I got rid of them when DVDs became a bigger thing, and that was really short-sighted because a lot of these are just not available on DVD. They're certainly not available on streaming. These are all slightly less organized, but you can see everything from The Sound of Music to the Guns of Navarone, so a wide variety of stuff on VHS. Now, over on this side, if you don't know me that well, I am a huge Godzilla fan. Always have been. Grew up with WWOR Thanksgiving one year and saw Godzilla versus King Kong and was just so blown away by that I had to have it, you know. So all of the Godzilla and Gamera and Mothra and Rodan and all the other kaiju, I think they call this, all live here. The Blu-rays and DVDs, and there's a couple of VHS tapes further down, but that's pretty much a complete collection. We have a little bit of King Kong and Jurassic Park down here to round out the collection, but I do really enjoy watching those, the nostalgia. Are they corny? Are they cheesy? Oh yeah, and I think that's the whole point. Beyond that, we get into these 50 packs I picked up. Holy cow, these are like $5 a piece, and 50 movies. All of them are crummy, but they're all fun to watch because of how bad they are. Then we got a lot of comedies here as well as some action stuff. Below that, and I'll move the camera down here a little bit, a kind of a combination. We got some VHS, Starship Troopers. Grizzly's kind of a rare one here. That's a former VHS rental. That's a good horror movie. And then Das Boot or the Boat is a good one. And a couple of random DVDs that I picked up at like a lot of flea market stuff like that. Also, this is cool. just got this one, man. The Atomic Bomb Collection on DVD, narrated by William Shatner. Really cool, also kind of scary and depressing, the stuff that we do with nuclear weapons. But all right, now I'm gonna move the camera down. We'll check out the bottom rows. All right, down here towards the bottom, we do have a lot of VHS. Indiana Jones trilogy, the original Indiana Jones. I like to collect these. Grand Canyon, Oregon. I've got ones for like Grand Teton and just the USA, and even one on England. These are like travel videos before the rise of the internet or even really cable TV. If you were interested in traveling somewhere and you want to learn more about it, you got a tape on it, and it's kind of cool to watch that. One of them's narrated by Teddy Savalas, kind of interesting. A couple of horror movies in here, but Steven Seagal, man, people hate Steven Seagal. I don't disagree, but I certainly enjoy watching him make a fool of himself on TV. So I do have a lot of his actually good movies, Above the Law, Hard to Kill, Under Siege. Then I also try to find, and it's harder to find them, but like The Foreigner. If you've never seen that movie with Steven Seagal, it was in his era of direct-to-tape, direct-to-DVD, and it's really bad, but it's so bad that it's good. So there's a lot of those Steven Seagal movies that are kind of a guilty pleasure of mine because of how bad they are, but he still takes himself quite serious. And then, of course, over here, just some random stuff. Down below, as far as physical media goes, I still I still own all the CDs and records and stuff like that, so I do have a variety of those as well. This pile, I've showed this off in another video. This is all of my Halloween CDs. So I found, when I was young, they used to have horror stuff on record. You'd listen to the sounds of the wind and stuff like that at Halloween. This is before, obviously, cable TV came around. So I have made it a hobby of mine to collect rare or just weird, like Halloween scary stories, stuff like that. And I break those out about every Halloween and listen to one or two of them in the dark, and it's kind of cool, a little nostalgia factor. All right, let me move over to here. We have some books and some more tapes, and that'll wrap it up. Okay, so over here, this is where the VHS tapes really start to pick up. X-Files, Star Wars, Star Trek. We got Star Trek, like Next Generation episodes. Yesterday's Enterprise is a great one. If you've never seen that, you're missing out. The Doomsday Machine from Star Trek, the original series, the classics. There's Arena, Kirk versus the Gorn, which is a good one. So a couple of those beauties. And then, of course, the motion pictures all the way up through Generations. Why not throw Galaxy Quest and the absolutely horrible Lost in Space remake of '98. Now, on the bottom down here, we're starting with our Godzilla collection. We got some Godzilla tapes along here. Some really cool, rare ones like Cops, Too Hot for TV. You remember that? And stuff like that. Some Battlestar Galactica, the 1999 Mummy remake, and a couple of stuff that I kept. Like, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Wolfman Mac, but I have a couple of his greatest episodes. Wolfman Mac was a horror host on TV. He was on RTV for a long time. Gamera versus Baragon, Gamera the original, and Gamera versus Gauss, I think it was. Then I even have, this is kind of the only tape from my original collection that I kept. Mothra, King Kong Escapes and Destroy All Monsters, taped off of Sci-Fi channel back when cable TV was actually cool. And a couple of DVDs. I've got a DVD collection from Hulk Hogan down here. Since he passed away, I picked that up. The very bottom row, some books, a couple more records, and some computer-related books. And a cool thing on encyclopedia of like monsters of the movies. So it's cool when you're trying to figure out, oh man, I remember seeing that when I was a kid. Well, this will help you figure out if you can remember that monster. So why am I sharing all this with you? It's just nostalgia as a Gen Xer and just trying to live a little piece of that life that seems to have slipped by us all. It's cool to have these things, to hold on to them, to watch them and reminisce about better times in our lives. Not that I'm having a bad time in my life, but the warmer feeling of youth and having the whole world ahead of you. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys collect some stuff like this. Look, digital media is not yours. It's not real. This is real. This you can have forever. If you're looking for a movie, you know right where to find it. Oh, there it is. It's right there. If you're trying to find it digitally, it might cost you $20, right? I guess that'll do it, my friends. Till next time, take care.